Hey, welcome to Odd Jobs. Today we're going to talk about hardware for bifold doors. So it's going to be a good one. Stick around. Hopefully by the end of this video you'll understand what all these hardware parts are used for and how to work with them. Let's see what's really in here. The track. What's the next thing to fall out? Your little bag of goodies. That's it. Empty? Empty. So your little bag of goodies. Here we go. This here, that's the bottom hinge plate. We're going to mount that on the side of the frame on the hinge side of the door. This one's already got one. If this is exactly the same, I'm going to leave the existing one on. And it is exactly the same. We're not going to change that one at all. See this? Everybody wondered what the heck this is for. This is when you're doing a really wide door and you have two doors coming together. This will go on the inside of one door, then there'll be one on the inside of the other door, and they keep the doors together when they join. It's handy. In this case, we're not going to be using it because we only have one door. And then we got the doorknob. Yeah, whoop-de-doo. We have an upper. I don't even know what this piece is called. However, it's the roller assembly. It fits inside the track, and that's why we have to. Fits up inside the track. So this is going to be on the moving side of the door. There's the hinge side on one side here, and then this runs on the moving side. But this is the reason why we have to change the track. I'll show you. Because here in the existing track, the roller won't fit. So we're going to have to change out the track. The spring here, again, when you have two doors coming together, this will cushion it. However, I think when you have two doors coming together, it's a longer one. So this spring, this goes on the end of the track to cushion the door when you close it, to give the door a bit of resistance so that it doesn't, flop around. So we use that too. What else do we have? Screws. And then we have this retractable pin. This is on the hinge side of the door, and it is what goes into the top of the hinge here. It's going to be in the door. I'll show you when we get it on the door. And this piece here is the bottom hinge pin. So these two work together. One pivots on the bottom, right? And one is your hinge on the top. Okay, let's get this thing all assembled here. You're going to need a hammer. Okay, decide which way you want the door to go. I know this is a 6-panel door. It's pretty evident. The small panel goes on the top. Not so. You can put it anywhere you want. Really, who am I to judge? This is the door. Let's open it right up. The hinges in the door go on the inside of the closet. So I'm just going to flip this all over so that we can work with the edge you'll see out here first. So what I like to do is I like to lay this out on top. That way I know where my hinge is going to be and where my floating door is going to be. This hole here, it's on the floating side. We're not going to use it on the bottom. The door is going to be free floating. And then over here on this side, this is the lower hinge hole. And we're going to put the lower hinge pin in it. So I'm going to screw this out. Take it out completely. And this one here, I'm going to press and tap it in. So press it in a bit and then tap it in straight as I can. And then this this is called knurling. This knurled end goes on here. And I'm going to put it in all the way because it's going to be easier to lower it than it will be to raise it. Just like that. And over here on the top, we got the same deal. Now do yourself a favor. take this and put it back here so you know that this is the hinge side. Right? That's the hinge side over there. It's important. Because these two pieces that you're putting in, you can't mix them up. The hinge side, okay, just gets a hinge pin. So we're going to put that in there. Now this one here, it's spring loaded, right? So it's very hard to hammer in. You want to try and press it in as far as you can. It's funny, the things you collect. This was just sitting in my toolbox. It's a shackle for chains and stuff, right? But it fits right over this part, and it's going to let me hammer that in, I hope, without breaking it. And that way, I'm not hammering on this. I've done that before where I've hammered on this, and I end up cracking the plastic, breaking the spring, all kinds of havoc, right? So if you can avoid that, the better. And this side here, right? Okay, this is on your moving side. And this one here, the same deal. You want to put it on there and press it in. I really want to press this one in. But if I hold this and tap it, maybe I'm okay. Because the same thing happens, right? And then it's in all the way, and that's free. Okay. So this here, we're going to put it exactly in the same spot, I hope. Okay, one. Is that going to make it okay? Yeah, that's fine. Put another one there. One up the middle. That's pretty good. Okay, door time. It's door time. So our first step here, we're going to take the knurled part that was on the bottom, and we're going to put that in the track here. Into the hinge plate. Is that what I call it? Into the hinge plate. If I can. There, it's in the hinge plate. With that in the hinge plate, and then we compress the top hinge pin, pop it in the hole here, and then we compress the roller that's on the moving side, and we'll see what we've got. We've got a door not closing yet, but that's okay. We've got a lot of adjustments we can make here. And with everything in place, you can go inside. Man, you gotta see this. This one's awesome. And we've got this screw right here. I'm going to loosen it off. And I put it all the way over. But I didn't tighten it down. I just snugged it up. Now, while I'm standing in the closet, I can see the gap. And so I'm going to make this gap a little less, like so. And then I make this gap pretty even the whole way. Let's see if that'll close. That closes. And that's what we want. So once you get this gap adjusted and the screw up top tightened up, then this is just going to hang there. And it's going to open and close. And then we can put our spring in. You remember this little spring? It's a pretty easy. You put the dome part up and you just push it straight up. Here, click, it's good, right? And when you close the door, the wheel hits the spring and gives it enough resistance to keep the door closed. Do we have any issues here that you see? Yeah, I do. I'd rather have a big gap on the bottom and a less one on the top. So this knurled one here, the one that's on the bottom, the only one that's on the bottom, unscrew it. And then you can see I've unscrewed it 3/8 of an inch. It's going to elevate it 3/8 of an inch. And it's in there again. It's less of a gap. I want less of a gap again. My God, that's going to be tough. We're just going to keep playing with it, I guess. Until you get it where you want it. Now that's pretty good. I'm quite happy with that. I think that's okay. And I'm going to leave it like that. So the last thing we're going to do is put on this little doorknob. A lot of people, they have all these different ideas of where the doorknob goes. What door does it go on? Does it go on the moving side? Does it go on the hinge side? And there's different schools of thought. It all depends. You're walking here, you're going to pull this. If you have it here, you're going to pull the door this way. If you have it here, you're going to pull the door this way. If you have it here on the hinged side, close to the middle, when you pull on that, you're putting no strain on this door, which is just floating, and pulling in the hinge direction on that door. So I always put it here. So I was going to find the center. Now there's 6 3/4. Half of 6 3/4 is 3 3/8. Right? 3 3/8. Right there. And that's where I'm putting it. So in your handy dandy bag of screws, you're going to find a couple of screws like this. There's no point on them. See that? These are what screw into the knob. All right. So you've drilled your hole through. Hopefully everything's good. You're going to decide here which one of these is going to fit. This one here or this one here. This one obviously is too short. So from the inside here, I'm pushing this screw through. And then I can tighten it up. Okay, perfect. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please like, subscribe, give me a comment. Let me know what you guys think of this kind of content. Really, once you understand how things work, it makes it a lot easier to put something together. So I hope this helped. Anyway, thanks for watching Odd Jobs.